Hello and welcome to Argo News. I'm NC Netanai.
And I'm Tony Reed. The UWF communications team has started a new social media campaign to recruit new students and grow the image of our wonderful university.
The UWF PR team started the hashtag IamUWF to help promote students here on campus.
Well, it's really important for the university to always have a positive narrative campaign. So a campaign that really profiles our students and alumni in a positive light, tells their stories. We had been working during the legislative session on the budget with our legislative officials. So we knew that it was going to be a challenging year, and we always want to make sure that we are communicating with all of our audiences about why UWF is important and about why UWF is different from other universities in the system. It's a pretty wide target audience, actually. The original target audience was legislative officials, but that all rolls into our alumni and other people that can influence those legislative officials. Obviously, student is a big target audience. This campaign has been really great at engaging our students. When they see one of their friends or classmates up on our social media outlets, they usually really respond well to that. We reach out to faculty and staff across campus and get their thoughts on who might be a good fit for the campaign. We ask them to identify any students that might have some sort of unique story to tell. It also happens organically because we are the communications department for the university. A lot of times people reach out to us across campus, hey, I wanted to do a press release about this student that won this award. And so we've done a lot of things where we've done press releases, but then we've also done an IamUWF campaign. We are still getting people all the time that send us their students. Other students send them our students. We've asked IamUWF students if they'll send us their friends that they think would be a good fit for the campaign.
You can follow UWF on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook to see the recent IamUWF stories. For Argo News, I am Ben White.
The Fitness Revolution program provides the Pensacola community with ways to keep up those New Year's resolutions. Argo News reporter Blake Baylor has more on the story.
Have your fitness goals already gone stagnant? The people at Fitness Revolution may have been the answer for you.
The Fitness Revolution event, that is a program that came about as a way for fitness professionals to get in touch with the general public that they wouldn't normally be able to get in touch with. And it's also a way for the general public to be able to see many different varieties of fitness classes, wellness programs, and things like that in one location. The Fitness Revolution program is 4 weeks. It's always in the month of January right now because we like to piggyback off of fitness or New Year's resolutions. And so it's every Saturday in January. We start with a kickoff event the first Saturday, and then the Saturdays after that we offer full-length group fitness classes to come out and get the real experience. Initially, the thought was that this would be an extremely large fitness expo where vendors could come out, whether they be instructors or businesses, gyms, also other wellness professionals who may be working with mental health. We hope that it would grow and incorporate vendors, healthy eating vendors, things like that. 5210 Northwest Florida has come on as a sponsor with us, and their big thing is, getting out, being active, and that's a message that the Parks and Recreation Department would like to get out to the community as much as possible. The professionals that you meet here, the ones that teach the classes, the vendors that come out, they are all local. So as you come out, you take the class demonstrations, you come out after that and take the full-length class. You get in touch with these people and you find out where they teach, find out a schedule for their classes. You're able to go to these places locally and continue the workout program, get all the help and motivation that you need.
You can find more information about Fitness Revolution and the Pensacola Parks and Recreation at their Facebook and Twitter pages. I'm Blake Baylor, reporting for Argo News.
With over 100 student organizations at UWF, it's not hard to get involved on campus.
Getting involved in student life can make or break your college experience. UWF wants to help find the organization that best fits you.
Blizzard Bash, how I like to describe it, is the winter version of Argopalooza. Argopalooza and Blizzard Bash are both promotional and recruitment events that we use for our student organizations. So all of our student organizations are allowed to get tables and put up poster boards and sign-up sheets in order to recruit like new transfer students or freshmen that are coming in. We had about 100. We had about 100 student organizations. I definitely think with the addition of the Snowman Relay, I hope that they keep it next year, simply because a lot of student orgs were able to get involved with it. One of the issues with the sled race was simply because not a lot of orgs know how to craft a sled. So with this, it gave student orgs opportunity to just bring a shoebox and to compete in a fun relay. Target audience for this event is definitely anyone who's looking to get involved, especially after the first semester. You're like, okay, I got my classes down packed, I'm ready to get involved. So Blizzard Bash just definitely fit like, okay, let me start seeing what orgs fit me, and that's definitely my target audience. Anyone who doesn't know what they want to do here at UWF or in their college years should definitely come to Blizzard Bash. One of my most favorite parts about planning events is definitely to see the students' reactions. I love just making the students happy. It goes right along with my career path, which I want to be an entertainer and a host, and the fact that I have the ability to make people have a good time really brings happiness to me. So that's the biggest joy I get out of planning events. Just get involved. I really just want people to get involved. I would love to see, just like I said, those freshmen, those sophomores just take these reins from me and just lead the campus, because I had the passion when I came in, and I know once I leave, I will hope that the legacy continues, and that's my biggest thing, and that's all I can really ask for, is that students just get involved and make this campus theirs, because it's about us. You can't have student life without the students. That's how I feel.
This is Karina Gibugorio for Argo News.
With graduation only a few months away, seniors here at UWF are turning their attention to their future careers. Argo News reporter Greg Hartung has more.
Resumes. Writing these documents can be a tedious and frustrating task. Fortunately, the folks here at Career Services are more than eager to help out.
So there are 4 types of resumes that we talk with students and alumni about here in Career Services. The first is chronological, and that's really good for individuals who already have experience in the field that they're going into. Then there's functional, which focuses on your skills and abilities, and that's great for career changers or those who are just leaving college and don't yet have a lot of relevant experience. There's a hybrid resume, which mixes functional and chronological. And then the last resume that we talk with students about is a federal resume, and that's entirely different than a private sector resume, and so it's much longer and much more detailed, and so we help students and alumni construct those. When elaborating on skills, it really just depends on what type of resume that you're working with. If you're working with a functional resume, then you definitely need to elaborate on skills, because that's the biggest part of that resume. So there should be at least 2 to 5 bullets under each of your skill headers if you're working with a functional resume. If you're working with a hybrid resume, you still need to elaborate, but you may only need about 2 skill headers instead of 3. So it is important to elaborate on them based on the type of resume that you have chosen. I normally recommend 3 to 5 references on your reference sheet, and you want those to be relevant to the position that you're applying for. So just ensure that the references you choose can really support the skills and abilities that you have that are relevant to that job. Every student or alumni should have a well-written resume, because it's your way of communicating your skills and abilities with an employer. So they're not only judging you on your work experience, but also your written communication skills. So it is very important to have a well-written resume.
Be sure to stop by the Career Services building for any assistance in turning your resume into the ticket to your job or internship of your choice. I'm Greg Hartung, reporting for Argo News.
UWF's organizations are dedicated to meet the many needs of our students. But did you know there is a particular organization meant to empower them? Natasha empowers us with the story.
Here at UWF, we're known for our chambered nautilus, but if you've been looking close enough, you might just find some pearls.
PEARL stands for Professionally Empowered and Ready for Life, and really equipping our undergraduate women with the tools necessary to succeed post-graduation, be it in their career or just really in life. We've definitely been brainstorming different ways that we want to get connected with the campus community. A couple examples are the College of Business's Women in Leadership Conference that's actually being held in March, and it's held annually. Also the Lean In series, which UWF has a chapter of, and Lean In is basically a gathering of professional women on campus, and that's another group specifically catered toward women. And so in those ways, as well as just kind of reaching out to faculty and staff in general, to kind of get the women on campus together in a space where we can feed off of each other and support each other. Be it through networking or really just a support system for each other. We really focus on first year and second year students, and so helping them to kind of find those friend groups and those groups that will help them kind of propel their success throughout their undergraduate career. One thing that we really like to focus on is what the students are voicing to us, and really listening to their feedback and what it is that they would like to see Pearl become, and what it is that they, as undergraduate students striving for success in life and in their careers, what is it that they need, and so that we can provide that to them.
If you want more information on UWF Pearl, you can visit the website at the Equity, Diversity, and International Affairs page. I'm Natasha Geronimi, reporting for Argo News.
The journey from student to teacher for one UWF instructor has been quite unique. Here's Tony Reed with more.
As a student, you may know why you have chosen to take certain courses or even instructors. But have you ever stopped to think why that instructor has chosen to teach you?
It was just something that I enjoyed as I was coming in through the military. I enjoyed the teaching aspect of that, and so when I retired and came back to this area, I thought it would be fun to try my hand at it, and so I did, teaching that one class, Principles of Public Relations, and then that grew. So that's sort of what got me into it. I just enjoyed it. I had a good time, and so anytime they offered me another class, I took it, and eventually that turned into a full-time job. My major as an undergraduate was criminology, and so down at Florida State. And so if it was a criminology class and I was into it, I was a good student. I enjoyed reading, getting ready, the discussions, everything about it. If it was a general studies class that I wasn't too into, probably not the best student in the world. I enjoy working with students. I think the give and take in the classroom to me is a lot of fun. The idea of seeing someone come in, learn about public relations, learn about the profession, and then decide that's for them and pursue it, that's a real satisfying thing to me. I like to say I teach for free because that's fun. They pay me to grade.
Mr. Scott is currently teaching multiple courses in public relations this semester. I'm Tony Reed reporting for Argo News. The theater department is hosting a production of Oklahoma. Here's Argo News reporter Robin with more behind-the-scenes details.
The theater department here is hosting its first production for the new spring semester. I go behind the scenes to find out more.
And I think the first time we met about this show was probably the middle of November, this past November. It depends on the size of the show how early you meet too. So we've been working on this already for about 2 months. It will take us to 3 months when we open on February 19th. We only have about 5 faculty members working on this production. Every other person is a student. So since in our department everybody works on all the shows, whether it's being in the cast or running the crew backstage that's moving scenery or dressing people or sewing costumes or painting sets or building sets. So we probably, top to bottom in this production, have had over 100 people working on it at any given point. Often in the theater there can be this divide between performers and the tech staff, and I find a show runs more cohesively if we all respect each other, because we can't do the kind of work we want to do without each other. So the dates are February 19th through the 21st, so that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we'll do the next weekend as well, the 26th through the 28th. So we do 2 weekends, and it's good for young actors to do that because you have to carry a show from beginning to opening, and then you have to maintain it for another weekend, even though you might have taken some time off.
To find out more about the production for Oklahoma, come by the theater department, check out the box office, or check out the theater department's website. I am Robin Medeiros reporting for Argo News.
Puppy shopping can be fun, but saving a life is a gratifying experience. Argo News reporter Arlie Hartung visits the Amazing Grace Bully Rescue to get more information on how to find the perfect rescue pup.
Looking for a furry friend? Amazing Grace Bully Rescue has over 20 who are looking for you.
Oh. It is volunteer and donation based. A lot of the dogs are fostered out of my house. We really desperately need foster homes, which would entail bringing a dog into your home that fits with your environment and teaching them how to live in a home properly and giving them love and care and veterinary treatment. We do pull from shelters. A lot of times we get calls of hurt dogs, and a lot of them are rehoming issues, military who have adopted and they're going to be living on base and can't take the pit bulls. So I work for a veterinary clinic, and a lot of them are people coming in there saying, you know, I found this dog. So what we do, we post the dog online. We try our best to find the owners of the dog. If that's not possible, then we vet the dog and put it up for adoption. We are donation based. We do all kinds of fundraising events. We have a lady who helps us set up fundraising events doing like nukes and Tijuana Flats, and you know, we have merchandising that we do that helps raise funds.
For donation information, visit AmazingGraceBullyRescue.com. I'm Allie Hartung reporting for Argo News.
Last September, the World Languages program at UWF started a special program that can enrich your life. Argo News reporter NC Netanai has more on this story.
Have you ever wanted a taste of exotic foreign culture, but are unsure or just can't afford to study abroad?
We wanted to create an open space for everybody who is interested in foreign languages or foreign cultures. Language, you always have to think in your head, but having like a cultural object, whether it's food or something else that you can touch and look at, it's always very, I think the mere visual aspect of the thing, like you have something you can look at and touch, and with food even eat, try it out. That's a very attractive thing, and eating food and talking about the culture is maybe even less intimidating than having to deal with the language itself. Every language is as easy or as difficult as another one. I think the perceptions come from what we perceive as foreign or not familiar to us. So anything that seems to be unfamiliar to us, like an example to an American student, maybe an Asian language seems to be something that is very unfamiliar or gives them a feeling of being a very foreign thing, is perceived as complicated and difficult, which as such it is not at all. I believe they're all the same in their own way, and it's just what we perceive as unfamiliar or strange or far away somehow.
Immerse yourself with the World Languages Cafe and other cultures every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. on the second floor of the UWF Library at the Greater Good Place. I'm NC Netanai reporting for Argo News. Interested in what goes on behind the canvas? The Pensacola Museum of Art Guild has the answers.
Interested in behind the scenes at the Pensacola Museum of Art? The Guild has the answers.
PMA Guild helps to provide volunteers for the Pensacola Museum of Art. It also tries to provide more membership and contributions through the different things we do. We also try to maintain and help with the permanent collection by having a benefit and raising money toward that and other things the museum needs. And then we also participate in the receptions and the exhibits and the tours as volunteers. Being involved with the Guild is really simple. The first thing you usually have to do is join the museum, because that is a requirement. Then you can get a membership form from the front desk, which has my name and phone number and my email address, and you can get in touch with me, and it costs you $25 to join the Guild for a year. And with that membership, you get the opportunity to come to the museum anytime you want for no charge. And you also get to participate in receptions and giving tours and helping out in the classroom or even working at the front desk. And you'll be given a yearbook with all the members' names and phone numbers and addresses. And that's what you can do to join the Guild. It's very easy, and anyone is eligible. The purpose of the exhibition is to give the members of the Pensacola Museum of Art a unique opportunity to be in a juried show. Okay, because this is a juried show, and some of the people, this might be the first juried show they're ever in, and it also provides local community artists being exposed to the public, or the public being exposed to them, so that when you come in, you'll see people that you might not have known existed.
For more information on the Guild and the Pensacola Museum of Art, go to www.pensacolamuseumofart.com. I'm Dewey Jean reporting for Argo News.
From the 1930s on, swing dancing hasn't quite lost its step. Argo News reporter Jenner Bailey swings by the Pensacola Swing to tell us more.
Looking for a fun new way to spend your Friday night?
Pensacola Swing has been going on every Friday night since 1999, and so we've been doing this a long time, and this is kind of a word of mouth type thing. We've been doing this a long time, but people will invite their friends, so it's kind of an underground swing scene, if you will. And at the beginning lesson, we start at the very beginning, and the lesson is free, and the lesson lasts from 8:30 to 9:30, and we teach the basic swing step. So we get people straight off the street, they've never danced before. We show them the basic moves, and you can just ask people that are, that are dancing, that are better than you, and people are really friendly, and they'll show you different moves. But the basic step, the beginning lesson, is always the same. The newlyweds will come, when they're about to get married, they'll come here to practice, which is a good way to go. When they have proms, some of our regulars, they'll go to prom and no one knows how to dance together. And just a few times coming here, you can, really impress people. Another thing you'd be surprised is how many people have proposed here on Friday night swing dancing. Because a lot of couples have met here, and a lot of people, Pensacola Swing is a really special place, and they want to propose here, and those have been some of the best times because the crowd just goes wild, and so it's a lot of fun. So if you want to find us, a great way to do that is on Facebook. It's Pensacola Swing on Facebook. We have a website, PensacolaSwing.com.
Cut a rug at the Pensacola Swing. I'm Jenna Bailey reporting for Argo News.
Inspiration comes to us from a variety of places, but to many musicians, inspiration came from some recently fallen superstars who needed a proper tribute. Ian Frost has further details.
Death has not been shy to the music world for the past 2 months, but instead of mourning those that we have lost, several local musicians have decided to pay tribute to those who have influenced them.
I think everybody expected, Lemmy to go out in a blaze of whiskey glory, and nobody really expected Bowie to die. I mean, Bowie is infinite, but both of them happening back to back, and they've got obviously a lot of mutual fans because both of them had fan bases that crossed genres as well. Them passing so close to each other, and both passing from cancer, and both being so unexpected, it just seemed like something needed to be done. The idea for a tribute event as such wasn't solely mine. Actually, Julio Diaz, the entertainment editor for the News Journal, had messaged me and just said, you should really do something, some sort of memorial for Bowie. I was like, well, yeah, if I'm going to do something for Bowie, it's got to be for Lemmy too. and the original idea was, you know, just to have a DJ night or have people do karaoke or whatever, and that would have been great, and that would have been super fun as well. But I knew that there were enough musicians around here that would want to do something and be involved on some level.
If tonight tells us anything, it tells us that even in passing, stellar people can bring joy to the world around them. I'm Ian Frost reporting for Argo News.
Thank you for watching. I'm Incy Netanai.
And I'm Tony Reed. See you next week on Argo News.